This video, I'm talking about how to prepare for financial emergency using 5 simple steps. Hey everybody, it's Matthew Jackson here from 401k Maneuver, where we provide online professional account management for your 401k with the goal of supercharging its account performance. So stop leaving money on the table each and every year in the form of lost returns. Let us help you. If you're new here, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and the links to everything that we mentioned in this video you can find in the description box below. So let's jump right in. We all know the importance of preparing for a financial emergency, and the truth is, most people are not prepared. According to Bankrate's Financial Security Index, just 4 in 10 U.S. adults, or 41%, would cover the cost of a $1,000 car repair or emergency room visit using savings. Now, the issue is many financial emergencies cost more than $1,000. And the same Bankrate survey reports, among people who had reported that they or a close relative paid for a major unanticipated expense in the past year, about 28%, the average cost was $3,518, way above that $1,000 threshold. Keep in mind that this is just referring to a common financial emergency such as car repairs or an emergency medical care. But as a 2020 study revealed, we never really know what financial emergencies are around the corner. So those who are unprepared tend to turn to credit cards, which only costs more in the long run. Greg McBride of Bankrate, their chief financial analyst actually, says this comes at a high cost, as the average $3,500 expense financed at the national average credit card rate of 17% would require monthly payments of $125, taking 3 years to pay off and incurring nearly $1,000 in finance charges. Now, whatever savings you can accumulate acts as a buffer from high-cost debt when unplanned expenses arise. While we can't always control when a financial emergency occurs, we can take steps to prepare. Prepare for whatever comes your way with these 5 simple financial steps. Number 1, build an emergency fund. The key to preparing for a financial emergency is as simple as having an emergency fund. The pandemic shifted most Americans' thinking about savings. And according to Forbes, as we emerge from the pandemic, many people want to be better prepared for the unknown. And 47% of people who didn't have an emergency savings before the pandemic said they plan to build their savings now. Generally, people are recommended to have about 3 to 6 months of expenses in case of a financial emergency. Also, experts advise that people should save 10 to 15% of their income. So, if you're currently putting 8% of your income in your 401k, take the remaining 2 to 7% and fund your personal savings. When working to build up your emergency fund, follow these simple steps. First, set a goal. How much would you need should you get laid off? Need to repair your roof or have a medical emergency? What is the 3 to 6 months worth of expenses for you? Figure out a number and then write it down. Make saving for emergencies a budget item. So treat your emergency fund as a line item on your budget, and it must be paid each and every month. Number 2, automate your savings. Eliminate the temptation to skip saving by automating your savings contributions. So set up an automatic transfer from your checking account to your savings account. Number 3, pay yourself first. When you get paid, before you do anything else, like pay bills, buy groceries, or buy anything, pay into your savings first. When a financial emergency happens, you'll be glad you did. Number 2, make smart insurance choices. Insurance is an essential element in protecting your finances and assets in the event of an emergency, and it keeps you from paying an arm and a leg for repairs or medical bills. Even with insurance, it pays to make smart choices, and here's why. Bankrate reports, according to a 2021 insurance carrier data, the average annual premium for homeowners insurance is $1,312, about $109 monthly, based on a policy with a dwelling coverage limit of about $250,000. Now, premiums vary widely depending on a number of conditions, such as where you live. So don't simply accept the first insurance premium that you're offered. Shop around and find the right insurance for your needs. make sure you pay careful attention to your insurance limits and your deductibles. Let me give you an example. You want to choose insurance that will cover your potential costs in the event of a financial emergency. Likewise, most coverages have deductibles, which you will be required to pay before coverage kicks in. So ask yourself, can you afford it? Number 3, find ways to build a cushion for a financial emergency. Adding another line item to your budget may seem challenging, so look for additional ways to add a cushion. Then, take every penny of extra money you find or earn and put it towards building up your savings fund. Sell your stuff. Take a look around your home and consider what items you could live without. Are there items just gathering dust and taking up space? If so, you may want to consider selling them. As the saying goes, your trash is someone else's treasure. Next, cut your budget. Go through your budget with a fine-tooth comb and find places where you can make cuts. For example, do you really need subscriptions to 4 streaming services? Do you need to spend that amount on gifts? Get a side hustle. During the pandemic, side hustles soared. People found unique ways to make extra money to cover their losses. And use the same idea to cushion your emergency fund. It doesn't have to be forever. Work on your side hustle until you meet your savings goal. Number 4, build your credit score. If you face a financial emergency and you need more than you have in your emergency fund, you may need to borrow some money. If that's the case, you want to make sure you have a good credit score. Should you need to take out a personal loan or get a new credit card, you'll get better interest rates and you'll pay less in the long run. Additionally, boosting your credit score also presents opportunities to refinance for a lower interest rate on your mortgage. If your credit score isn't what you'd like it to be, take steps now to improve it. Number 5, get out of debt. According to LendingTree's quarterly report on household debt and credit card from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, Americans now owe more than $1.2 trillion in auto loan debt, nearly double what it was just 10 years ago. And Experian reports the average credit card balance in the United States is now $5,315. So no matter what kind of debt you're holding, it is keeping you from saving even more for your emergencies, travel, and retirement. Each debt payment is one less payment towards yourself. In addition, if you face a financial emergency and you already have debt, it's going to make it even harder to get out of debt and make those payments. We regularly post videos with financial information and updates. Be sure to like our channel, subscribe, and make sure you hit the little bell on the right to see notifications for our next posted content.